Well, I always love being up on the scoreboard, and up 2 scores is even better on the road. But Shelby's going to have to come out in this first series defensively and do a good job of stopping Reidsville. You don't want them to get momentum with a whole second half to go. Tell you, while we finally got people back on here, let's give the Chris McDaniel Allstate Insurance stat sheet. Your Golden Lions, led by Jaquavis Brooks, 4 carries, 30 yards. Raekwon Washington, 5 carries, 19 yards, 2 touchdowns. Chad Reed, 4 carries, 10 yards. R.J. George, 4 carries, 8 yards. Shelby was 67 yards on 17 carries. In the air, George is 3 of 10 for 60 yards, 1 interception. Leading receiver Antoine Wright, 1 catch for 53 yards. Ralph Jolly had 1 catch for 5 yards. And Chad Reed, 1 catch for 2 yards. Shelby with 2 turnovers in the first half. 3 turnovers in the first half.
2 fumbles, interception.
Yep, that's right.
Sorry about that.
You're right, 2 fumbles. Reidsville led by Jawan Hammock, 7 carries, 27 yards. Jerron Cobb, 6 carries, 25 yards. Devontae Williams, 9 carries, 23 yards. J-Ron Rankin, 1 carry, 5 yards. The Rams with 80 yards on 23 carries. Williams is 3 of 11 for 29 yards with an interception. Leading receiver Delonte Enoch, 1 catch, 15 yards, and Eric Poteet, 2 catches, 14 yards. So 109 total yards for the Rams, 127 total yards for the Golden Lions. Not much offense to speak of in the first half.
Well, just enough offense for the Golden Lions to have a 14-3 lead. A couple of scores of local note. Northern Guilford leads Crest 10-0 at halftime. Concord leads Forest View 28-7 at halftime. The winner of this game gets the winner of the Northeastern Southwest Onslow game, which is tied at 7 at halftime. Monroe leads Parkwood 26-0. Southern Durham leads Wilson Hunt 9-3. Havelock leads Eastern Wayne 34-0. Butler down 28-7, and Greensboro Dudley leading Charlotte Catholic 20-6. And those are the scores that we have.
Just not sure about that Havelock bunch, Coach. They're just not that good this year.
Yeah, they've only been winning by about 60 points every game.
I hate whoever has to face them from the western side of the state this year because they are just rolling.
Brett, Crest just scored in the third quarter, so now it's 10-7 in the third quarter.
All right, go Chargers representing Cleveland County. So let's make sure that the Golden Lions and the Chargers can both hold up their end of the deals. We'll have a nice weekend next week, but a lot of business to take care of first, as Shelby has got to put away this tough Reidsville Rams bunch, and it won't be easy. Crest, with an uphill battle, has just closed the gap. Here, we're going to conclude our Dr. Stroud, Wilson, and Thompson Family Dental Care halftime show. And, Coach, you might as well give the Okies tire and recap.
Yeah, we can do that pretty quickly. With 4:53 left in the first quarter, Brad Green kicked a 37-yard field goal to make it 3-0 in favor of Reidsville. 4:55 left in the first half. Raekwon Washington had a 5-yard touchdown run. Hikes point after touchdown made it 7-3. And with 1:23 left in the half, Raekwon Washington had a 2-yard touchdown run. Hikes point after made it 14-3. And that's the Okies tire and recapping game summary. Now, first time Golden Lions are going to be going against the wind. Hike is going to have to be kicking into a relatively strong breeze, so it'll be interesting right now to see how far he can kick that thing, Brent. And he has it teed up.
This will give us a real good idea of just how strong Luke's leg is. We saw with the wind at his back, he put him in the end zone. Let's see how much of a factor that wind is. And Hike's got foot to leather, and he's nailed this one in the end zone too, Coach, 2 yards deep. So Luke is fired up tonight. He's got that leg going overtime.
And that is quite a weapon when Reidsville has the speed that they have back deep. So really strange, 11:59, 1 second went off the clock on the kickoff with no return. So that's a definite mistake because the clock's not supposed to start until the ball is taken into play.
Well, let's see if they start it a second late. I doubt it. 1st and 10, Williams. Hands off, and no, he keeps it. Great fake, and he's going to get a couple. He made a good fake to Cobb, and Tyrone Allen had Cobb for a 6-yard loss. Too bad Cobb didn't have it.
Yeah, and that
Williams.
That just shows what a great job the Golden Line defense did, because that was such a good fake that we weren't sure who had the ball. I thought we were going to have a 6-yard loss, but quarterback ran it, but good for the Golden Lions that they had a man on the quarterback.
2-yard gain, 2nd and 8, Rams, as Williams carries for 2 yards. And now Shelby defense can pin its ears back. Williams, he's going up top, and he's overshot Poteet by a wide margin. I'll tell you, they love to do this little pump fake to the sideline and then hit you deep. Problem is Shelby has been all over that every time so far tonight.
Well, hopefully we'll continue to be all over it because, it just takes one big play, and momentum can switch. And we've talked, I've said it probably enough that everybody's sick and tired of hearing it, but I will always maintain high school football is a game of momentum.
Well, it's 3rd and 8, a big momentum type play here. Reidsville's Enoch goes in motion, and Shelby with a jailbreak, but he's got a pass over the middle, and it's almost picked off. Pass intended for Eric Poteet. Hayden Hojatney was there, but it was Kylon Ross who almost had the pick for the Golden Lions.
That ball was well overthrown, and Hayden probably got just enough of a finger on it that Kylon couldn't bring it down. Kind of unfortunate because I think if Kylon had caught that, he walks into the end zone.
Yeah, he was about at the 40-yard line and had a couple of blockers in front of him. Instead, it's Rankin in for the punt. He's had one blocked already tonight. And he puts it on the ground. He's got to pick it up and do a rugby kick. And it's off the side of his foot. And it's going to take a Reidsville bounce, but Shelby's going to take over in great shape. They're going to be inside the Reidsville 40-yard line.
Crowd is a little bit upset because we were trying to tackle the quarterback when he punted it, but goodness gracious, he ran about 6 yards before he stopped to punt it, and we didn't hit him when his leg was up. We were hitting him before he punted it. So that was definitely what you call a good no call. It turns out to be a 17-yard punt under a great deal of duress.
Well, what we're seeing is the kicking game is actually becoming a factor tonight. Green with a field goal for Reidsville. Shelby with kickoffs into the end zone, and the punting game not been good. And Jaquavis Brooks is just pulverized by Rankin and along with number 24. And I don't know what we did with the roster. I must have hit it on us.
I'll tell you what, get 24's name.
Jack Nimmons.
He has been lights out. He has just done a great job. That's the young man that was at the end that did the stunt when we had the 5 men blocking 4, and he just came in untouched. We have had a really difficult time with him tonight.
Jack B. Nimmons. Jack B. quick. R.J. George back to pass. Heavy rush. He steps out of it, and he's got a man deep. It's Antoine Wright, and he's got
Touchdown.
it. Touchdown, Shelby. 39 yards from R.J. George to Antoine Wright. And the Golden Lions are up 20-3.
What a perfectly thrown ball.
And now Wright's got 2 catches on the night for 92 yards and a touchdown. And Iac is on to try to put Shelby up by 18 points. 10-16 left, third quarter. Huge play for the Golden Lions offense.
Trademark 40-second drive that time, Brent.
Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. Shelby 21, Reidsville 3. Back in 30 seconds for a Jam & J's Pizza Factory kickoff.
Hey, you. This is your carpet speaking. Hello. Hey.
Got it.
I take a real beating from you and your family every day. The kids track mud all over me. The dog leaves a deposit here and there. The cat leaves fur balls. You spill hot coffee on me. And what about those potato chips and dip from the big game? Get me out of here. Bring somebody new in here.
For new carpet and flooring for your home, see Keys Carpet and Floor Covering, 1162 East Marion Street in Shelby. It'll make life easier on your old carpet.
Ben, if you don't mind, I'd like to give one more shout out to my mother and father-in-law, Jack and Dee Dee Berry. Dee Dee, the official seamstress of the Golden Lions. For the last 3 weeks, she's been working on some home jerseys, and when we got the jerseys to her, we said, well, we wouldn't need them unless we made the state finals, and so hopefully in about 2 hours she can start finishing up that sewing job.
I hope so. See if Shelby can finish what they've started. The ball blows off the tee, and Hayek's got to re-tee it.
That's the first time. That's the first time I can remember that happening. this year to the Golden Lions.
I think so, and we've got a regular tee. I don't know if he's got one of the new ones without the little prongs on it or not, but
you're absolutely right.
Happen right when he's in mid-kick.
You're absolutely right, though. We can't get too excited because that's a big play, but we got to, again, keep the pedal to the metal, and defense has got to keep playing lights out.
And let's see what Hayek does. Not quite as far this time. It's going to be fielded. It actually bounces at the 13-yard line, and it checked up like a pitching wedge, and the Reidsville guy's going backwards and more backwards and more backwards, and Shelby's got him all the way back in at the 10-yard line, Coach. He was trying to make something.
You're right. That Brent, I bet you've hit a pitching wedge like that into the green. That was a beautiful backspin, and he had just the awfulest time picking it up. And then when he did, it got worse because, as you said, he picked it up on about the 14 and ran backwards and got a really good spot to have it at the 10.
He did, and Reidsville takes over there, 1st and 10, but they trail the Golden Lions 21-3. They got to make something happen and happen pretty quickly. And Devontae Williams is going to have to do it at the quarterback spot.
24, the big man is from defense, is now coming in on offense at tight end.
And they run a reverse to the Poteet, and he's slung down inside the 5. They throw a flag down.
I'm afraid we may get a face mask. That's all I can think it could be.
Well, he grabbed him around the body and slung him down, unless they call unnecessary roughness. It is a face mask on Shelby.
We got to hope it's a 5-yard face mask.
Shelby hit Poteet on the reverse all the way back at the 2-yard line.
It is a 5-yard face mask.
Wow. So does the play get blown dead or what?
The play, it's still first down, but they lose 3 yards. It could have been an 8-yard loss, but as it turned out, it's a penalty, so they took the penalty, so it's still first down.
Loss of 8, pick up a 5 on the penalty, 1st and 13.
Good run again, and we've got a late flag, and I just hope it's not on us. We had a really upset player who felt he was getting held, and flag came in really late.
Unsportsmanlike.
And it is
Shelby.
on us.
And that player will be subbed for.
I don't like to call players out when they make mistakes like that, but it was a mistake.
Mistake gives Reidsville a first down and some breathing room, Coach. They out to the 26-yard line, so that was a.
Yeah, we really can't afford to be giving them help.
7. That was a 15-yard penalty after a 4-yard pickup.
Pickup of about 4 yards that time. Pickup about 4 yards. Again, they're Reidsville content right now to try to bust it up the middle between the tackles to I couldn't even tell who the running back was that time, Brent.
I think it was 4, Cobb.
I think it was.
He got 4.
2nd and 6 now.
He's picked up 4 on consecutive carries. Now Williams calls his own number to the outside, and he is hit from the secondary. Kylon Ross.
Kylon did one amazing job because he was being clipped like you would not believe, or at least blocked in the back. And he beat the block, made the tackle.
And they called the block. And they called the penalty, and he still made the tackle.
Well, I think we'll take that because the penalty is going to be back about 3 yards behind the line, and so that'll make it a 13-yard penalty after all is said and done, and I think we'll take that, and I don't know. I may be wrong. Yes, we're going to take that penalty to make it.
And now a penalty from the Shelby sideline. One of the Shelby coaches did not like something that happened. He came out, and
I'm hoping it's a sideline.
Very unhappy. And they're going to call an unsportsmanlike on the Shelby coaching staff, not the head coach.
Ooh.
It's getting to that point where there's some chippy things going out on the field, and I think the coaching staffs aren't liking it. And they're saying, hey, you're letting them get away with some stuff that's causing other bad things to happen.
So after all that, it's going to be 2nd down and 4. Well, it could have been 2nd down and 30.
2nd and 4.
And
a bad snap. New quarterback, number 12, and he's hit for a big loss.
And I felt that we were offsides by a lot that time, but I don't think they called it.
Blake Stewart comes in at quarterback. High snap, and he is just, Tyrone Allen got him. Allen may have jumped early, Coach.
I don't see a flag on the field, and they've gone to 3rd down. This has not been one of the best officiating crews that I've seen.
That's a 4-yard loss, and Stewart's hurt on the play in addition to that, so he was tackled pretty hard. Now there's some unhappy people on the Reidsville sideline, so game getting a little bit chippy. Of course, the referees are trying to do their part. They're calling penalties.
That's true.
I mean, you can't do anything more than that and eject somebody, but I haven't seen a play that warrants an ejection at this point.
I haven't either, but I really do feel that we've gotten away with 2 offsides penalties, and I feel that they've gotten away with 2 illegal procedure penalties. This has been just a really strange game to try to comment about. There's been no flow, and one of the things that the Golden Lions have done such a good job this year is they've had good flow on offense. Now, I want to give some props to the defense. Our defense has kept them from having any type of flow because, Brent, I mean, think back to the first quarter when we gave them the ball on our own 20-yard line. We gave them the ball on our own 23-yard line, and they had the ball 2 times deep in our territory and ended up having to kick a really long field goal, and that's the only points that Reidsville has had. And, the Golden Lion defense has really come to play to this point. Now, still 8 minutes and 42 seconds left, and as I've talked before, I can be guilty of looking at that scoreboard clock, but the coaches and the players can't. And it's very important that they continue to play hard but not make silly mistakes. Now, when you start getting a lead against a team that hadn't been down, and we're already seeing some chippiness, the coaches have got to talk to the Golden Lions about you cannot retaliate. You cannot, because so many times it's the second man who gets the flag. And
well, that was an important, in Blake Stewart coming off on his own accord. He was on the ground a long time, Coach, but I hope the coaching staff had a chance to tell the guys, hey, let's keep our cool big time. You don't want something like a big penalty to give them some hope and some momentum. 3rd and 8, maybe 7.5. Williams is back to pass, and he's going up top yet again, and he's going to overshoot Poteet by a mile. And, it's almost like Williams loves to throw the deep ball, but he just throws it as far as he can. And
85, I think he's got a cramp. This is, I don't have 85, the receiver for
Eric Poteet.
He ran about 10 yards after the ball was overthrown, and he laid down. And with this weather, we're liable to start seeing some cramps. And I think that Reidsville has quite a few people going both ways. So we would hope that this weather would be greater difficulty for Reidsville. Brent, you think we should take a timeout and maybe pay a few bills?
Steve Roberts, let's take a 1-minute Hendrick Appliance injury timeout, and we'll be back in 1 minute.
Come to Kibo's this summer for some refreshing ice cream. Kibo's has it packaged or hand-dipped in a cup or cone. There's also delicious Hunt Brothers Pizza and hot wings. Of course, you'll find Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and Sundrop soft drinks, candy, cakes, milk, bread, charcoal, soap, tobacco products, oil, and don't forget to fill that vehicle up with gas. Kibo's, Highway 226 North at Zion Church Road in Shelby. Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Nissan. Those are the powerhouse of vehicles you'll find at Marburger in Shelby. Plus quality pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. And of course, a service department that is second to no one. So when you're in need of a new vehicle, see Marburger at 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
back to Reidsville High School. Poteet still down on the far sideline.
Do have a updated score with about 29 seconds left in the third quarter. Crest has now kicked a field goal, and so they're down 17-10 to Northern Guilford. Fourth quarter just underway. Getting some updates from my good friend, coaching buddy, Chris Norman.
Poteet on his feet, and it looks like a cramp situation. He's kind of doing that walk where the legs are a little stiff.
Brent, it's 4th down and 7, and you're down 21-3. You hadn't had any offense to speak of. You're down on about your 28-yard line. Do you dare go for it right now? Golden Lions have blocked the punt, almost tackled the punter on a bad snap.
I think maybe if it was more like 1 or 2 minutes left in the third, you do it. But sometimes you can get a big play on a fumbled, muffed punt type situation, or Shelby runs into the kicker and gives you an automatic. So I think it's maybe just a series early to go for it here. Although I'm sure the coaches are thinking about it and talking about it. They do have Rankin in the punt, and Shelby does have Antoine Wright and Jaquavis Brooks back, respectively, at the Shelby 47 and Shelby 45, awaiting the kick. They've had a couple of bad snaps, and again, it's high. It's over Rankin's head, and he runs back and falls on it all the way back at the 10-yard line. And the kicking game is almost doing the Rams in at this point.
That kicking game is very important, and I tell you what, the punting game is probably more important than the kickoffs and the extra points, to be quite honest. I know that's one of the things that Shelby works on every single day, is every element of the kicking game. So the Golden Lions are going to be first and goal on the 10. And we talked earlier about Reidsville couldn't have to go any farther. Well, Shelby is actually going to have to go about 9 9/10 yards.
Well, this is where Shelby's got to take advantage with 7 or 6 plus 1. And George is back to pass on first down, and for the first time he's got all day, and it's Michael Gillette over the middle.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Michael Gillette. The first time we've seen him in a couple of weeks make a big catch. And they did what we've hoped they've done more this year, Coach, and that's throw a jump ball to the basketball player. And Michael goes high and gets that one, 10-yard touchdown pass, and Shelby's taking a 27-3 lead.
Can't ask for much better than that. 10-yard pass, Gillette from George, waiting for the extra point. Golden Lions up 27-3. Good hold.
Kicks good. Shelby 28, Reidsville 3. Back in 30 seconds for another Jam & J's Pizza Factory kickoff.
Hey, you. This is your carpet speaking. Hello. Hey, I take a real beating from you and your family every day. The kids track mud all over me. The dog leaves a deposit here and there. The cat leaves fur balls. You spill hot coffee on me. And what about those potato chips and dip from the big game? Get me out of here. Bring somebody new in here.
For new carpet and flooring for your home, see Keys Carpet and Floor Covering, 1162 East Marion Street in Shelby. It'll make life easier on your old carpet.
All right, we're back. Long way to go. There's still 8:12 left, third quarter. But Shelby scored 2 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes and 4 seconds. And they've stretched a 14-3 lead out to 28-3, Coach. And it's going to be tough for Reidsville. They're going to have to be almost perfect from here on out.
Well, and the Golden Lion defense just needs to continue to do what they've been doing. Take care of the football, no silly penalties, and here we go. Luke Hite steps forward and gets a good kick. It's not going to, well.
Right at the goal line. And it's Devontae Williams bringing it out, and he breaks one tackle. He gets a block, and he's in open field. He's at the 40, and he's pulled down just shy of midfield by Luke Hayek, the kicker. And Hayek celebrating with his teammates as he makes a great open field tackle on Williams.
Well, that is possibility for a momentum switch right there. So the goal line defense needs to take care of business right here and shut down Reidsville. Reidsville on their 45, definitely the best field position they've had in quite some time. Still plenty of time, 8 minutes and 1 second left in the third quarter. I mean, shoot, if it was the fourth quarter, we'd feel a little bit better, but there's just a ton of time left in this game.
Big kickoff return. I tell you, they got a bad spot. I thought he was up at the 48. They gave him the 45. And on a bunch set, flags flying everywhere before the play. Reidsville went with a 3-back set in front, all in front of the quarterback Williams. And the Golden Lions are offsides early, and I guess I got to read the rule book, but I kind of like the idea of letting the offense have a free play, like the other college and the pros. You know, the defense jumps, the offense gets a free play, but the offense almost gets penalized by them blowing the play dead there.
That's true. The rules have really changed a lot just in the last 5 years. I mean, on the in the pro and college game, it's definitely changed, but generally they didn't make that distinction in the high school game, but they sure have in the playoffs here. 1st and 5 for Reidsville.
Right smack dab on midfield. Again with that bunch set, and they hand off to 32. He falls down in the backfield. Ball's on the ground, but they say he was down early.
I don't know that was not a good call. Unfortunately, it looks like the big man is hurt.
He's down and he's in pain.
Which explains why he let the ball go when he hit the ground.
He lost 3 yards, folks. He tried to make a cut.
He was never touched. He just tried to make a cut and he fell down, and I think it's an ankle. I mean, he's walking it off right now, but you can tell he is really, really upset.
Yeah, it looked like he was hurt much worse at the time.
Jerking his helmet off. I mean, he is really upset right now and don't know what he's upset about.
Well, he's coming off and he's going to sit on the bench. He's got somebody looking at him, but he loses 3, and that 1st and 5 is now a 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line of Reidsville. And they got to make something happen. Let's see if they go to that bunch set. They've got 24, Jack Nimmons in there. My favorite guy for Reidsville tonight.
Jack B. Nimmons. That was something, Brent.
23 Hammock in there as well. And it's Williams back pass. He's going deep. This time he might have a guy. And it's tipped. Antoine Wright with a great tip. And then tips it. Almost still caught by Enoch.
I tell you what, Enoch made a great play on that ball, but Antoine was able to get just enough of it to throw it off. I tell you what, that would have been as good a catch as I've ever seen if he'd made that catch, because it was a good job of tipping it, and it just he almost made the catch. But luckily for us, he didn't. It makes 3rd and 8 for Reidsville. Notice that they ran big number 24 out into the flat, and I thought they were going to throw it to him. Little did I know they were going deep with it.
Shelby with the blitz, and it's Williams rolling out to his left, and he's got a man open. It's Enoch, and he's got a 1st down. He's inside the Shelby 40. He leapt for that catch, Coach. That was a heck of a catch to keep this drive alive.
It was a very nice catch. A lot of pressure on the quarterback, but he made a good enough throw, and it was a great catch, and it's going to be 1st down for Reidsville at the Shelby 38. 7 minutes and 3 seconds left.
That was just an athletic play by Williams and Enoch. Williams evaded the blitz, ran to the kind of the side that's harder to throw to. He ran to his left. He's right-handed and made the across-the-body throw. And now he's going up top again, and he's got Enoch out there, and Demaria Houston's got good coverage. And I think Williams is just a little bit too in love with the sideline pass.
Well, that was another one of those passes, again, that we talked about. It almost looked like he shanked it. I mean, it went way out to the right, and Demaria had the better chance to catch that, but even if he caught it, it wouldn't matter because that ball was about 3 yards out of bounds, so there was no chance to get any kind of completion on that.
He's about 0 for 9 on that pass, and he's about 4 for 6 on the shorter passes. He might want to stick with the medium and shorter length passes. 2nd and 10 from the Shelby 40, Shelby 38. Williams hit, raise, he throws, and a drop by Cook. And
that should be a penalty.
Cook picks up the ball and throws it, and Williams is down. Clay Husky put a hit on him right as he threw, and he's not getting up. One of his linemen's trying to help him out. Husky down as well for Shelby.
And that was just a good play. And what's really unusual is the the receiver who dropped the ball, then picked it up and threw it. I mean, he didn't throw it at somebody; he threw it down. But that's delay of game, unsportsmanlike conduct. Again, it's just Reidsville is really showing a great deal of frustration right now, but I can understand why they're frustrated. I mean, they're dropping passes, they're snapping the ball over the punter's head. They're
Yeah, I mean, we were, and probably more so me, I was a little critical of the goal lines early. The fumbles, it wasn't a lot of penalties, it was just bad penalties, 4th and inches, and you jump a little early, and then you have to punt. But, now over the course of the game, once Shelby kind of got the 3-hour ride jitters out of them, it's been the home team that's making the mistakes. Bad snaps, penalties, drop balls, and such.
3rd and 10 right now, and you got to know that Reidsville is probably in 4-down territory almost the rest of the night. Got a score in from the eastern side. Southwest Onslow leads Northeastern 12-9 at the end of the 3rd quarter. Our game is way behind everybody else's. We're still 6:44 left in the 3rd quarter, and Crest is in the 4th quarter, and Southwest Onslow is getting ready to go into the 4th quarter. But every time we turn around, something there's a penalty flag or there's an injured player or something. So it feels like we've been playing for about 30 minutes here in the second half, and only 5 minutes and 16 seconds have come off the clock.
There's been a lot of incomplete passes in this game, stopping the clock. Then you throw in the penalties and the injuries, and it's just made for a very long 3rd quarter, not even halfway through the 3rd. Reidsville in a 3rd and 10.
Do not have enough players on the field, having to run 85. That's the guy that was hurt a little bit earlier, is it not?
Poteet onto the field. Enoch in motion, and it's short pass. No, it's pulled back in. Then it's picked off for Sean Petty. He's at the 40 to the 44, and the penalty comes in late.
Well, we did block in the back right at the 41-yard line, but it's going to be an interception.
Why is it that after an interception, guys just want to maul somebody?
I saw the block, and it was
two flags.
It was just a touch in the back.
Well, first of all, Williams threw. He did a heck of a pump fake. I thought he threw it and it got.
Did he not throw it and it get knocked back into his hand?
Maybe that's what happened. It looked like he threw it and it got knocked down. Maybe it got knocked back in his hands. Then he threw a second pass.
Can you throw it? You can't throw a second pass, can you?
Maybe that's one of the penalties. I don't know, but I think he.
Hopefully, when it's all said and done, the goal lines are going to have football.
He threw it. Got.
What I would be saying is, Mr. Official, I don't care what you call it, whatever we need to do to have the football, just we'll decline, take, whatever, but when it's all said and done, we want the football.
Well, Gary Addison's going to tell Coach Ware, maybe you need to go because I don't know what to say. So the captain on the defense goes over and coaches, I think there may be 2 penalties on Reidsville, or because Coach just gave the I decline sign.
Well, one of the times a few years back, I remember we had a situation kind of strangely like this, and I told Coach Norman, I said the very same thing. I said, you talk to the official and you tell him whatever we need to do to have the ball, we'll do that. And he did, and we got the ball. And I think we ended up with like a 15-yard penalty. The crowd's yelling and screaming, but I said we got the ball, right? And that's what we did. Legal forward pass. Declined, block in the back. Reeves will take it. We'll have the ball, and we should have the ball on about. I'm guessing we're going to have the ball about the 31-yard line. But that's what it was. He threw the ball, and it got knocked back into his hands. Then he threw an interception, and you can't throw 2 forward passes on the same play. So. And they didn't mark the penalty off correctly. They marked it from the end of the play, but that's okay. We have the ball. Third quarter, 6:31 left. I sure would like to have a long drive here.
Shelby takes over at their 35 following the Rashawn Petty interception. And it's R.J. George handing it off to Jaquavis Brooks and doing his patented spin move out to the 40.
Nice 4.5-yard gain. And let's do the addition, Brent. You get 3 plays, 4.5 yards. You move the sticks, clock keeps running.
And they give him the full 5, it looks like. We'll take it. Brooks for 5, 2nd and 5 from the 40. And Shelby might be one of those pounded out kind of series coming up here. Reidsville creeping up the linebackers. Their sensing run. Maybe Shelby changes and drags Kylon right across the middle. Nope, it's a handoff, and it's Brooks again spinning forward. He gets a couple.
So
3rd and 3.
Definitely considered a big play here, 3rd down and 3. This is where you really, we had the old saying back in the day, the offensive linemen have to start pulling the wagon right now. You get to this situation, you're up by 25 points, and you'd love to pound it just a little bit and start to take the will away from the defense to continue to compete.
Shelby with Chad Reed way deep, and they throw a pass out in the flat to Colin Ross. He's got it. He's across the 50. He cuts back to the 45. He's to the 40, cuts back left, and he's tackled just inside the 40. Pegram Insurance first down.
Yeah, we have not had many chances to say Pegram Insurance first down because they've been somewhat few and far between. Only the 9th first down for the Golden Lions, and 4 of those first downs have been touchdowns.
19-yard pickup by Kylon Ross, and he continues to climb up the career receiving charts at Shelby High. 1st and 10 Golden Lions from the Reidsville 39-yard line, and the Lions are on the move again. 4:55 to go. 3rd quarter, Golden Lions lead 28-3.
Clock just now getting, okay.
You read my mind. Hand off Chad Reed. He's bouncing in between tackles. He's hit pretty hard.
Yeah, Reidsville is a hard-nosed team, and this is the point where you gotta keep your wits about you. I noticed Gillette came running in there and said something to one of the interior offensive linemen because it looked like. One of our linemen was a little bit upset with something that was going on in secondary, and Gillette ran in there and said, "Calm down," and they both went back to the line of scrimmage, and so that's good leadership right there. 2nd
down 9, Gillette with a big touchdown catch on the last drive, and it's a handoff for Raekwon Washington, and Raekwon's picking his way inside the 30, 25, 20, and falls forward to the 18. A gain of 20 for Raekwon.
And a
Pegram Insurance first down.
Pegram Insurance
Golden
first
Lions.
down. And now we're at another injured Reidsville Ram. And this is what I've been talking about, Brent, when you can pound it and you can just hit those guys in the mouth. Do it legally, but hit those guys in the mouth. It is not fun to be hit and when you're down by 25 points.
Well, it looked like an injury, and trainers ran out. Water bottles being given out.
That's number 8,
not on the ground.
Travis Weatherford, who you had circled as one of the players to watch.
Well, he had...
Again, he's limping off like it's either an ankle or a knee or a cramp, but they didn't do the push on his toe like a cramp, so it's hard to say. 1st and 10, most important thing, clock is wound and 3 minutes and 50 seconds and counting. Still 3rd quarter though. Still can't get excited yet, Brent.
And it's a handoff. Chad Reed on the sweeper on the left side. He's got blockers. He gets to the outside and then hits out of bounds. He gets a couple, maybe 3, maybe.
Actually, we're going to give him about 5. 4 anyway, almost to the 15-yard line.
He had blockers.
My perfectionist streak, I wish he hadn't gone out of bounds, but again, it's 3rd quarter. I got to calm down.
4 yards, 2nd and 6. And Shelby keeping it on the ground and looking good.
Southwest Onslow now up 19-9, 10 minutes left.
Here at 2nd 6, Shelby from the Reidsville 15, and a pass out to the flat, complete to Antoine Petty. He's inside the 5, and the ball's on the ground. I think recovered by another Shelby player, and is Wright hurt?
I think Wright is hurt. He's gotten up and he's moving, but I think he's hurt. The officials called it down, and it's going to be on about the 2-yard line, and he's down, so we're going to have another injury timeout, Brent.
Let's take a 30-second, let's take a 1-minute Hendrick Appliance injury timeout. 1 minute, we'll be back here for the big 1st and goal play for the Golden Lions.
What's that? That's the sound of running out of your icy cold dollar Coca-Cola from McDonald's. That's also the sound of puppies crying, of sweet violin strings breaking, of a tiny baby bunny shedding a single tear. Okay, you couldn't hear it, but it was still sad. But buck up, my friend. Any size Coca-Cola, soft drink, or sweet tea is still just $1 at McDonald's, so there's more happiness to love. A la carte only. Prices and participation may vary.
Norris Merchandise's beautiful furniture with bedroom, living room, and dining room furniture by the famous brands. Norris Merchandise's hardware, everything from nuts and bolts to lawnmower blades. Norris Merchandise's Carhartt clothing, featuring Carhartt workwear, casual wear, and rugged outdoor wear. And Norris Merchandise is an archery shop with a complete line of archery equipment and accessories. That's Norris Merchandise, 2011 South Lafayette Street, Shelby, online at norrismerchandise.com or on Facebook.
Back to Reidsville High School. Injured player for the Rams is still down.
Actually, unfortunately, injured player for the Golden Lions.
Oh, it's for Shelby. It's Antoine Wright. What am I thinking?
And I don't like this. They're flexing his knee. I just don't like that. Don't like that. This is not a good thing.
Well, Wright got up after the catch, and I guess he limped from the 2-yard line all the way back to the 18-yard line, and then he just kind of went down. Coach Ware's out there with 4 training staff. They're helping him up on his feet.
Yeah, this is
definitely not the player we want hurt. He's been a big play guy all year. He's got 15 touchdown catches on the season, and he's being helped off the field. Greg Tootie Jones out to help out. He's a little bit bigger than the the female trainer, and it's Coach Ware and Coach Jones helping him off. Shelby leads Reidsville 28-3. Still 3:29 to go, third quarter. And let's see if I can get some scores from my boy Tom Senafani.
Well, while you're trying to get the scores, we'd like to say something that a little more happy. Got a couple of texts and some Facebook posts from a couple of my former offensive linemen, and they said, Coach, we heard you say pull the wagon.
They never heard that before.
Danny Morgan said, good memories, and it really was. And so right now it's important that the Golden Lions up front pull that wagon. We're in the about as much of a jumbo package as we can have with
R.J. George in, Jaquavis Brooks, and Buck Ushery. Let's see who gets the call. It's Brooks, and he's going to walk in the end zone. Touchdown, Shelby. They now lead 34-3 over the Rams. And now I'm officially going to say get the stitches going. It's going to be tough for the Rams to come back from this deficit.
I have to concur with that. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. Still the third quarter, but 15 minutes left and 30 points down.
Extra point by Hayek is good. Shelby leads 35-3 back in 30 seconds for a Jam & J's Pizza Factory kickoff.
Jared Crest tied.
Around man, Okie Knipe invites you into Okie's Tire and Service Center for all your tire and auto service needs. Okie gives you the best value in tires, both new and used tires, and they'll mount and balance your tires free. Come into Okie's Service Center for all your service needs, including radiator flush, brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, and state inspections. Serving Cleveland County since 1978. That's right, over 35 years. Okie's Tire and Service Center, 800 West Warren Street in Shelby.
$35-3, Golden Lions over the Rams, 35-3. 3:15 left, third quarter. We just heard that Crest may have tied things up against Northern Guilford at 17 with about a minute to go. Chargers with a big comeback there.
Golden Lions have a 4-score lead, and that would take 4 touchdowns and 4 two-point conversions. And so
Golden Lions looking good in this one. Crest on the comeback trail, Cleveland County representing very well here in the state semifinals.
Crest was down 17-7. And when they kicked the unbelievable, we had an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty
On an extra point.
So we're going to have to kick off from the 25-yard line. This is getting to be a little bothersome.
Yeah, it's, we've said it. It's just been a very weird flow and weird game. And you look up, Shelby's up 35-3. So better to be on the positive end of a game this kind of odd. But
well,
Shelby,
it is odd, but our defense has played phenomenally. And our offense, since the first quarter, the offense has been very workmanlike, and they've done exactly what they needed to do.
See, offense had it 3 times this half, 3 touchdowns, a 2-play drive, a 1-play drive, and an 8-play drive for touchdowns. And here goes Reidsville on the kickoff return. It's number 5, Tyree Brown, again tackled by the kicker, Luke Hyatt. The problem, Coach, is you don't want Hyatt making the tackles. He's had to make 2 tackles in a row, and Reidsville takes over at the Shelby 44-yard line.
39-yard line. And the other thing is
38-yard
that
line.
was a 60-yard kick, but when you get 60-yard kick from your own 25, they're catching it on the 15, and so it's just a difficult situation. This game's not over with, although from the looks of the Reidsville players coming on the field, they're not exactly all fired up, but 1 or 2 plays and everything could change.
Enoch in motion, Williams, and another pre-snap penalty. It looked like all kinds of movement. I can't tell who was moving first.
It looked like all night long, like Reidsville never really gets set. And when they pull, they've been pulling the backside guard and tackle on so many plays, and it just looks like they're off in motion, about a half second before. And that's the thing, as an offensive line coach, I've just been kind of ill all night, but watching Reidsville's front just kind of, this looks like they're in motion every play.
5-yard penalty on Reidsville, and it'll be 1st and 15. Concord up 35-7. Crest, Northern Guilford tied at 17. Mallard Creek 28. Butler 14. Thanks, Tom Sanafani. Keep them coming. Williams is going up top again. And finally, he hits the guy. It's Poteet. Makes the catch. Thought he might have been out of bounds, but they're saying complete inside the 10, but there's a flag all the way back here at the 46-yard line. And we'll have to see who this is on.
Holding
Reidsville. So that negates about a 40-yard pass. And the first connection that Williams has made on the deep ball all night, and it had to be a fantastic catch by Poteet with Kylan Ross all over him.
Kylan did everything you could ask, except just wasn't able to stop the pass from getting to his hands. And as you said, it was almost difficult to see if he caught it, and then it looked like he might have been out of bounds when he did catch it. And that's the pass that they hit against Lincoln, except the Lincoln defender was about 3 yards behind the receiver.
1st and 26, and Williams is back to pass. He just throws one up for grabs. Demario Houston picks it off, but I think he was out of bounds.
He was. A great catch by Demario, though.
And he even did the whole lay out and keep my toes down. He tried to keep both feet in. Great play by Demario. And, Coach, we were talking on the way up here about, you talk about a guy that doesn't get much credit. How about Demario Houston this year?
How about Demario
He has
Houston?
been phenomenal in coverage. Interceptions, knockdown passes. I can't remember a time when his guy's been even open. And
I can remember several times when he's been up against a guy that was about 8 inches taller than he, and the guy never made a catch.
He's been fantastic. And hand off to Hammock, and he's going to be hit for a loss. And he's not just hit, he's taken down by Greg Ager and company. And now he kicks
at one of the golden lines.
He kicks at one of the golden lines on the way up, but no flag comes out. But he loses, another 3 yards.
Golden Lions were in a definite run stunt that time, and it was Cody bar the door. He had no prayer of doing anything. So now it's that unenviable 3rd and 27.
See, 5.
We're still in the third quarter, Brent. We've been here for 9 days. It's going to be 11:30 before the game's over with.
3rd and 27, and guess what? He's going up top. Hayden Hojackney almost picks it off. Actually got broken up by Cook. Hojackney had the pick, and Cook knocked it out of his hand. Great play by Cook. But
4th and 37. Punting has been an adventure tonight. I tell you what, my brother-in-law, Jack, who lives in Greensboro, when he heard we were playing up here, he said if we needed to, we could spend the night. This game gets going much longer. We might have to take him up on that, Brent.
4th and 27. And Rankin into punt. And the punt's been one of the biggest adventures for Reidsville all night. 2 snaps over the head, a block punt. And this is the first good snap, and it's still almost blocked by Clay Husky. Ball bounces at the 30.
From it.
Shelby backs off. Chad Reed back to receive, and it's going to roll dead inside the Shelby 20. And Shelby will take over, leading 35-3. Still a minute 39 left, third quarter.
Shelby 19. It's 9:44 p.m., Brent Pasco. And
you're saying a little caffeine on the way home, huh?
Brent, I don't know. Calvin and those guys may get mad, but if we win this ball game, I really don't want to go back to the show and have 1 minute break and go back to the show. I'd like to talk a little bit about what this Golden Lion team has done, and I can't talk about it yet because the game's not over.
Minute 39. R.J. George out there with Chad Reed and Raekwon Washington to either side. And on first down, it's Reed around the left side, and he's got good running room. Trying to stay in bounds, but
and he did. The official kept the clock moving, and it was a 6-yard gain. And we're at this point right now where it's starting to look like the Reidsville Rams are somewhat disinterested in the rest of this ball game, Brent. I mean, would you agree? I mean, they are walking back to the line of scrimmage.
It's been a tough. I think that the thing that Reidsville's been frustrated is they can't move the ball. They cannot move the ball on this Shelby defense tonight.
All right, Steve just told us that Crest scored a touchdown in overtime but missed the extra point.
Jaquavis Brooks with a big run, so that's not good for the Chargers unless the defense can hold. But
a touchdown and an extra point can beat you in overtime, and of course the Crest defense is so good that what's to say they won't just stop them.
Pegram Insurance first down run by Jaquavis Brooks.
13th of the night. That's the 7th first down here in the third quarter, which is now going into its third hour.
George going with a hard count. Play clock inside 7 seconds, and he's calling a new play. 4-3, gets the snap off. Handoff, Jaquavis Brooks, right side, and he's got running room. He's across the 50, and he's spinning to the 45 of Reidsville. 20-yard gain, and all you see is Reidsville guys laying on the ground behind him.
Yeah, this is getting to the point right now, Brandon. This is just complete domination, and Reidsville on about every play. Golden Lions are now running about 7, 8, 10 yards before anybody touches them, and got another injury timeout.
Let's take a Hendrick Appliance injury timeout, Steve Roberts. Let's take a 1 minute break and come back after this injury.
Packing that lunch for school? Then head to the Ora Supermarket and Broad River Hams for some great back-to-school lunch packing good deals. Broad River Country Ham, $5.99 a pack. Hormel lunch meat, $3.99 a pound. All meat bologna, $3.99 a pound. Boiled ham, $4.99 a pound. And sliced American cheese, $5.99 a pound. And don't forget the Pick 5. Pick 5 bags of frozen food for only $19.99. Ora Supermarket and Broad River Hams, 1026 East Marion Street in Shelby. They're the steak place. Round 'em up at the Roundup store in Shelby. Check out this month's specials. like bathroom sinks for just $10, cross ties just $8 each, and 3/4-inch number 2 plywood just $10 a sheet. The Roundup store in Shelby has wood storage buildings built to last, plus chicken coops too. You'll find all wood kitchen cabinets, countertops, roofing shingles, dog houses, gazebos, doors, floor coverings, and more. The Roundup store, 1610 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Visit the new website at roundupshelby.com.
It's been a tough third quarter for the Reidsville Rams tonight. Shelby's put 21 points on them. There's still 16.6 seconds left, Coach, and they've had a bunch of injuries. On top of that, they've had the ball, a 3-and-out punt. Then they went to punt and snapped it over the punter's head. He had to recover it at the 10-yard line. Then they threw an interception to Rashawn Petty, and then they had a 3-and-out punt with 2 penalties that lost 17 yards for him.
And we now have the end of the third quarter finally.
And we'll go to the fourth quarter with Shelby leading 35-3, 30-second break, and we'll be back with fourth quarter action.
S&M Sports Shop is now your dealer for Under Armour sports apparel in Cleveland County. Come by and see the selection of Under Armour shirts, shorts, shoes, socks, and sunglasses. The team at S&M, Mike, Suzanne, Luke, Shannon, Dale, Ken, Darren, Dennis, and Charlie, is now your team outfitter for all local schools and whatever sport you play. They have leather jackets for all local high schools. Plus, S&M is your headquarters for Oakley Sunglasses. For all your athletic needs, go to S&M Sports Shop, located at 707 South Lafayette Street in Shelby.
No, 2006.
Back to Reidsville High School. Golden Lions going to the fourth quarter, leading the Rams 35-3. Have the ball on the Rams' 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Ex-Shelby Golden Lion Tyrese Williams posts on Facebook, that's what pushing the sled in early August does for you. Tyrese, a member of a state championship team in the 2000s for Shelby. And I hope he's listening in tonight. And on first down, it's a handoff to Jaquavis Brooks, hitting the backfield. And what does Jaquavis do? He breaks about 4 tackles and gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain, but it really was almost a positive of 4, because it should have been a minus. Turned a negative into a positive.
Negative into a positive. You got to love that.
2nd and 10, Golden Lions. Clock running. 11:33 in one of these teams' season. 2nd and 10, George back. And offsides,
Reidsville.
for sure Reidsville, unless drawn off by the Golden Lions. And let's see how they mark it.
Hadn't heard anything from the Crest game after they scored, got the PAT blocked.
I think Crest update.
After having the extra point blocked, the Charger defense stops Northern Guilford and wins the game 23-17. Brent Pasco.
Crest goes to the 3AA state championship game, and they get their revenge on Northern Guilford after losing them twice in the state championship game in 2010 and 2011. Congratulations to the Chargers. Here, Jaquavis Brooks picks up a Pegram Insurance first down.
The 15th first down for the Golden Lions, the 9th of the second half.
And that was a pickup of 7 by Mr. Brooks, and he's having himself a second straight fantastic game. This time it's Raekwon Washington. He's into the secondary. 25-20, cuts back to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and out of bounds. Inside the 5 goes Washington. And Shelby imposing their will right now.
16th first down.
30-yard pickup by Raekwon Washington, and Shelby's got 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Again, Crest Chargers headed to the ship. 3AA finalists.
And then about 10 and a half minutes of clock time. We hope that the Shelby Golden Lions will be joining them at Keenan Stadium on Saturday morning.
First and goal from the 3. Handoff to Clavis Brooks. Spinning, turning, touchdown Shelby. And Shelby now on top, 41-3. And this one is all over.
But the score.
But the 10 minutes and 19 seconds has still got to run off. And that's the second rushing touchdown of the night by Brooks. And Shelby's gone over the 40-point mark, as they've done many times this season. Extra point by Luke Hayek, and a flag comes down.
Hey, a flag.
Imagine that.
A flag on a PAT. Offsides on Reidsville.
Unbelievable.
41-3. This press box is emptied out. All the extra guys that were up here watching have made their way out. It's a very sad press box, with the exception of 3 of us down here on the end by ourselves, and the Golden Lion coaches in the box right beside us. Coach Justin Hahn, Coach Brian Huffstetler.
Extra points good by Hayek. Shelby leads 42-3. Let's take 30 seconds and be back with a Jam and Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff.
The summer season is here, so you need to keep that lawn and garden equipment serviced and repaired. Take it into the Shelby Hardware Small Engine Repair Shop. Mechanic Leonard Allred will be glad to check, tune up, or repair your lawn and garden equipment. He can also sharpen those mower blades for you. The Small Engine Repair Shop at Shelby Hardware, 506 South Lafayette Street in Shelby, serving Shelby and Cleveland County since 1979.
Back to Reidsville High School Community Stadium. 3-0 lead for Reidsville at the end of 1. Shelby now leads 42-3, 10-19 left in the game. Scores from around the area. Crest defeats Northern Guilford 23-17. Greensboro Dudley over Catholic 20-15. Monroe over Parkwood 48-20. And Hayek's kickoff taken at the 1 by Poteet, and he is drilled, fumbles the ball. Shelby's got it inside the Reidsville 10, and they take over first and goal at the Reidsville 9.
Unbelievable.
I tell you, the kickoff taken at the 1, and Luke Etchison hit him at the 8-yard line. What kind of coverage is that? Holy cow.
It's called fantastic coverage.
Hits him and the fumble. That was hang time on that kickoff, and that was Vince Papali running down the field.
You watched that movie and kind of got you psyched up, didn't it?
Got me psyched up, and it's Rashawn Petty from 9 yards out for the touchdown. Shelby linebacker with his second carry of the season, and he's in for the touchdown from 9 yards out. And the Golden Lions lead 48-3 with 10:06 to go. And Coach, you don't get to a semifinal game very often and see a score like this.
No, you do not, and it sure is nice to be on the good side of this. And 82, Richard Wright is in to try the point after touchdown. Hayek holding.
Good snap, good hold. Kicks drilled. Absolutely drilled by Wright. 49-3 Golden Lions, back in 30 seconds for yet another Jam and Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff.
Experience, quality, and guaranteed service. That's what you get from Shelby Transmission Specialists. They do straight drives and automatic transmissions. They can repair and rebuild transmissions and sell parts as well. So if you're having trouble with your transmission, see the experts, Hal Hambrick, Lyle Reynolds, and Jimmy Stepp at Shelby Transmission Specialist, 734 Nally Drive, just off Highway 226 North, Shelby. Call 704-482-8756.
back to Reidsville High. Hard to explain. Shelby shut out in the first quarter. They've exploded for 49 points over the second quarter, third quarter, and 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. And they lead Reidsville 49-3 on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. And Richard Wrights, who just connected on an extra point, is in to do the kickoff duties. And this might be the first time, if we see it, that I've seen a running clock
in the semifinals.
In the semifinals of the state. Kickoff takes Enoch, or number 5, back into the end zone. He brings it out, and he's going to be tackled shy of the 20. And
let me tell you what's going on. Since there were 5 minutes left in the first half, the Golden Lions have had touchdown, interception on that last drive to end the half. Touchdown. So the Golden Lions have had the ball 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The last 8 times they've had the ball, they've scored 7 touchdowns and then threw an interception trying to get within field goal range at the end of the first half. That's domination.
Pretty dominating performance. Williams hands it off to Hammock, and as this happened all night long, he gets about 2.5, and that's it. Maybe give him 3. 2nd and 7. And wow.
Yeah, just wow. I mean, what a great night for the Golden Lions.
Hand off to Cobb, and he's hitting the backfield. But he plows forward for a couple. Maybe gets another 3. He's driven back by all kinds of Shelby players, led by Justin Turner, Clay Husky, Michael Marable, Adam Weber. 3rd and 4. 9:07 to go here. And I hope she's stitching the
Yeah, I got a message, and she said that the black thread is now in the sewing machine.
Williams keeps it, and he's got a first down, and he's actually stays. Shelby tried to tackle him by the top of his helmet. I kind of lost count on where he was, but he's all the way into Shelby territory. He's out of bounds at the Shelby 47-yard line.
That is the 9th first down for the night. That's the 3rd first down in the second half for Reidsville.
Pick up a 27. That's going to almost triple his stats.
And we've got a flag by the official standing on the sideline, on the Reidsville sideline. Has to be a penalty. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Reidsville. You know, this Reidsville team, they are a proud program, and they are not used to being treated this way. And it takes a great deal of self-control to keep from showing your butt sometimes when you're in a situation like this. I wish I could say that I didn't know how that felt. Hopefully I didn't show my butt, but I did know how it felt to be down like this in an important game.
1st and 25 after the unsportsmanlike. And Williams hands off to Cobb, and Cobb gets 2 yards. Other scores: Crest wins over Northern Guilford 23-17 in overtime. Dudley over Catholic 20-15. Monroe over Parkwood 48-20. Concord over Forest View 35-14. Wake Forest over Middle Creek 24-23. Mallard Creek 56-14 over Butler. Southern Durham leads Wilson Hunt 17-10. Havelock over Eastern Wayne 34-0. Scotland County over Rose 38-13. Williams picks up a few on the quarterback keeper. Let's see what they give him.
I'll tell you what's really exciting here, Brent. We're getting a lot of new players in for the Golden Lions. A semifinal, Western final, and a lot of youngsters are getting a chance to play. And that's a lot to do. That's awfully good. We've got number 71. Brent, I can't find my roster.
That's Elijah Sperling.
Elijah Sperling, number 71. We've got number 95. 95, O.J. Ross in on the defensive line. We've got number 43. That's Kavasi Shell. Number 83 coming in. That's Damian Key. A lot of these guys were part of that 9-1 JV squad this year. I believe we've got number 26, Siobhan Miller, in the secondary.
Deshaun Surratt and Luke Etchison both in the secondary. 5-yard penalty on Reidsville.
Oh my goodness, what a catch!
Intercepted by 22, DeMonte Poole.
Awesome catch. Great
Flag way
catch.
back where the quarterback is. We might have a
roughing the passer. Unfortunately, that's going to bring that, that's going to nullify that interception.
Well, unfortunately, this is some of the things that happen when you get the second guys in there that are getting their chance, so to speak. But again, back in the defensive secondary, Luke Etchison. We got 43 Shell. You mentioned him. Deshaun Surratt, DeMonte Poole. 72 is in. I believe that's Kyron Lathers. I also see Brandon Davis, the freshman linebacker, 36. Justin Turner in there at linebacker. Michael Marable in.
Brent, Southwest Onslow wins 19-9. And so the revenge train continues. Last time we played North Rowan, we had lost. The last time we played Reidsville, we had lost. And the last time we played Southwest Onslow, we lost. And so this could be the trifecta for revenge.
And everybody jumps for Reidsville. Let's just put this in this drive. It's been hard to even commentate here. Reidsville had an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the sideline, which gave them a 1st and 25. Then they got a 2-yard run, a 3-yard run. Then they had a false start. Well, they had a false start first.
Right.
Then they threw an interception, but Shelby roughed the passer, gave him a 15-yard automatic first down, and now they have another legal procedure that makes it a 1st and 15. So basically just gone back and forth the penalties. On
number
the
59, Cameron Hawk in at linebacker now.
That's my boy for the future. That's my guy. He's a ball hawk. And it's Williams rolling out left. And almost picked off by DeMonte Poole again. Actually, that's not Poole. That's 26, Siobhan Miller. Another great speed guy for the Golden Lions. And what year is Siobhan? He's a junior, so he'll be back next year. He's played a good deal here late in the season at linebacker. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 15-yard. Ball is on the Reidsville 49. They got to get to the Shelby 36.
7:15 left in the game. And it looked like every single person on the offensive line was about 8 minutes ahead of the snap. But I got to tell you, at this point, try to sew those flags in your pocket. Unless it's just ridiculously bad. And that was not ridiculously bad, Brent. That was just bad. And in that situation, let that clock tick, because we are now finally inside 7 minutes.
Hammock picks up 3.
10:06 p.m.
3rd and 12.
Sweet night for the Golden Lions, though.
Hand off to Cobb, left side. He's got running room. Tripped up at the Shelby 39. He's going to pick up about 8.
So it's going to be 4th down and 4 for Reidsville. Reidsville still with their full complement of starters in there. Golden Lions playing a lot of young men who have worked hard all year. And this is one of the best times of the year right now when you get young people to get a chance to play in state semifinals.
Freshman Darius Clark's in at defensive back. And Williams running for his life, and he chunks one up. He's got a guy deep. Picked off by 43, Kavasha Shell. And he's running back. He's at the 10, and he falls down.
What a nice interception.
Deshaun Surratt. Kavasha gets his first varsity interception of his career. A sophomore defensive back / wide receiver. And Shelby takes over at their own 8-yard line.
5:51 left.
And we might see Darquez Lee at quarterback.
I do believe that we will see Darquez Lee.
Darquez is in. We got 41 Devin Smith at running back. Zaylen Kimball in at one wide receiver slot. Hand off to Smith, and he's across the 10, across the 15. He gets about 7, maybe 8.
At this point, it looks like Reidsville's trying to get some of their reserves in. Unfortunately, it's not quite.
Second down and 3 as Smith picks up 7.
I was trying to say I got in the middle of the statement, and they were starting to make an announcement about no fans on the field until after the trophy presentation. But it's not quite as much fun to play when you're down by 40 points than it is when you're up.
And Smith gets a Pigram Insurance first down out across the 20.
The 18th first down for the Golden Lions. We're going to have quite, oh gosh, what kind of statistical advantage are we going to have on this one, Brent?
Well, unfortunately, we had a couple of one-play, like 10-yard drives.
Nope. Fortunately.
Fortunately for the score, unfortunately for the stat book. But it's been a great night for the Golden Lions. I'm actually most anxious to look at the defensive stats. First and 10 Golden Lions, 4:42, clock running. Hand off to Smith. This time he's gobbled up by 75, Omar McCollum, but Devin sneaks through and dives forward for maybe a yard or two.
So let's give some offensive linemen a little bit of love right now. Jake Appling is in at center. Number 67, Sam Putnam is in at tackle. Number 62, Nick Pugh is in at guard. Number 77, Trace Mooney is in at guard. And I haven't seen the right tackle. I haven't been able to get his number yet.
Darquez Lee calls his own number, and it's going to be a hold on one of the Shelby wide receivers.
Right tackle is number 61, DeAndre Ross. So a lot of young Golden Lions getting in here on the offensive line, and they're getting to do their version of pull the wagon.
I didn't really like Darquez's decision there because he's our backup quarterback, and you're in the semifinals. Don't do anything to get yourself hurt because you never know. He's one play away from being in there.
That's true, although I might say that he's 2 plays away because I believe that Raekwon Washington would be the next quarterback if we got to that point.
Darquez picks up 4, then a 10-yard holding penalty. Shoves it back 10 yards. So that's gonna, it's gonna be a 2nd and 15 after the gain / penalty. And Lee's gonna hand it off to Devin Smith. Again, he's gobbled up, this time by Ja'Kaylee Bridges.
Down to 3:30 and clock ticking. 3rd down. At this point, Golden Lions have not punted since the first quarter. Early in the second quarter we had to punt. Since then, it's been all touchdowns and 1 interception.
Loss
for the
of
Golden
3
Lions.
on the play.
They just took number 24, the really great defender Jack Nimmons, out and gave him a good ovation. Coach is hugging him, trying to console him, but that's just a tough way to go out, being dominated the way they have been.
Lee keeps it again. He throws it complete to Jolly. Caleb Jolly this time, and Jolly
close to a first down.
30.
It's going to be 4th down, though, so it looks like we're going to have to punt. And this always gets exciting when you've got all these starters sitting on the bench, and now you got to try to get your punt team out there. You got to go find them. Can you tell I was in charge of punt team at one point?
Well, Shelby picks up 17 yards on the reception, and they're
actually not going to bring the punt team in. And I think this is just a situation where they're definitely not trying to rub anything in. I just think they're trying to let the clock move. And looks like Reidsville.
Official
timeout.
Shelby's got number 80, Justin Boyd in the game. Freshman wide receiver. He looks like a pretty good athlete, 6'1", 175. Chandler Ridges, number 8's been out there.
Hey, congratulations.
61, DeAndre Ross. In there at tackle spot. And it's a handoff to Devin Smith, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield.
And so Reidsville will get the ball now on the Shelby 27. 1:44 left in the ball game. This gives Reidsville a chance at a.
Oh, by the way.
I know, by the way, totally meaningless score, but we'll. At this point, when it's 49-3, you can't even say it's a cosmetic score. This has been total domination.
I don't even know if they can punch one in. The way Shelby's defense has been, whether it's the starters or the reserves.
It has definitely been a night for the Shelby Golden Lions, and I hope the Golden Lion fans appreciate what's happening right now, because. There have been a lot of naysayers who took shots at this team, and what are you going to say now? It's a great victory by the Golden Lions. Golden Lions going to the state championship game. Shelby and Crest played that last regular season game, and Crest had a convincing victory, and they have continued, and Crest, I think, has a 13 game winning streak now, and the Golden Lions have a very convincing 4-game winning streak since then. First down for Reidsville, still up the middle again. They've got it down to the 10-yard line. 1:18 left, clock ticking. That's Reidsville's 11th first down of the night.
1:09 to go. Hammett carried for 13, then he carried for 5, so it's 2nd and 5 from the Shelby 10. And this time it's Cobb over the left side and doesn't find much run room, but squiggles his way for 3. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
Clock down to 50 seconds and ticking. 50 seconds and ticking. A lot of excitement over on the Golden Lion sideline. I think I see some people with some water bottles, some of the water jugs, and if it's cold outside, that's really cold stuff, but this is a nice time to get some water poured on you. And I think Reidsville's going to get the first down, and they're going to have 1st and goal with 32.4 seconds left.
Carry by Christian Goins that time, number 33. That was his first carry. And that's a 4-yard gain. 1st and goal from the 4. And Hammock is ripped by his face mask, and that's unfortunate play by that Shelby second unit.
Yeah, one of the youngsters reached out and didn't mean to necessarily. Fans really upset, but
Hammock.
It was a really bad face mask. I mean, it was a bad face mask, but it's not like that we were trying to injure somebody. These are guys that. Like I say, they work hard in practice every day, and they haven't gotten a lot of chance. Although they did get a little bit of chance to play in the first round, second round, third round, and here in the 4th round, they've got about a whole quarter's worth of play. We're down to 10 seconds left. Reidsville's getting ready to snap the ball,
and they're going to throw a pass, a fade to the back of the end zone. Incomplete. And the clock.
4 seconds left. It should be down to 1 play now. Should be the last play of the game. Golden Lions are going to go to Chapel Hill.
And they will face Southwest Onslow. And the last time these two met was in the 2004 2A state championship game at Duke University.
And that was not a fun game to be a part of if you were a Golden Lion.
L.J. Cobb carries.
Short. And that is the ball game.
Carries to the 1, and the Golden Lions win 49-3, and they'll face Southwest Onslow in the 2A state championship next Saturday at Keenan Stadium. We'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with a post-game show right after this.
Now you can shop Standridge Auto Parts on eBay, and be sure to like us on Facebook too. You can shop the big inventory online on Facebook and eBay. And yes, you can pull it or get full service at Standridge Auto Parts in Shelby and Rock Hill. And they buy scrap metal and offer recycling services. Standridge Auto Parts, 234 Porter Road in Rock Hill, 1521 Sulphur Springs Road in Shelby. Both open Monday through Saturday. Visit the website at StandridgeAutoParts.com. Standridge Auto Parts. Where are you headed after the big game? To Newt's on the Court Square in Uptown Shelby. Newt's will be open till midnight after the high school football games this season. Come out and celebrate on Friday nights at Newt's. They feature a $5 burger every day. And on Wednesday, our burgers, sandwiches, and wraps are just $5. Newt's features all Angus beef or build your own salad. For after the game or just about any time, it's Newt's on the Court Square in Uptown Shelby, open 7 days a week until midnight on football Friday nights. Like us on Facebook for our daily specials. It's time to start those projects you've been putting off, and the place to start is Cleveland Lumber Company in Shelby. Brighten up your home with a new coat of Benjamin Moore paint. You'll find every color under the sun, along with all of your painting supplies. Or build a deck for those summer cookouts. Fix that leaky faucet in the bathroom, or put in those new windows you've been wanting. Whatever the project, see Cleveland Lumber Company, 217 Arrowwood Street in Shelby. The projects start and end with Cleveland Lumber Company of Shelby.
Back to Reidsville High School, where the Golden Lions have just finished off a 49-3 victory over Reidsville in very convincing fashion, Coach. Kind of at a loss for words at how Shelby played the last three quarters.
Well, this is it is the second best feeling that you can have in competition. To win a game to get you in the state championship game, and this is it is a fantastic feeling. The Golden Lions played a great game tonight. It was not a pretty game, but it was a great game because the Golden Lions were able to win 49-3, and they were able to dominate a Reidsville Ram team that was carrying a 9-game win streak into this game. And the Golden Lions came out, and after some difficulty at the very beginning of the first quarter, they absolutely dominated the second, third, and fourth quarters. And speaking from experience, it is a great feeling. I was fortunate enough to get to be a part of 9 state championship games, and this group is getting ready to go to the 10th state championship game that Shelby High has played in since joining the state association in 1977.
Let's give a round of applause to both football teams who have
The Shelby seniors are holding up the regional championship trophy now, and the obligatory pictures being taken now, and those will be some great keepsakes, especially if you can win this next game.
No doubt. Shelby, a special playoff run here, and Coach having to do the last 3 rounds on the road.
Absolutely.
That's pretty impressive stuff.
Absolutely. While Brent is trying to finish up his stats, I'll go ahead and do the Okies Tire and recapping game summary. And it started off with 4:53 left in the first quarter. Brad Green from Reidsville hit a 37-yard field goal, and it was 3-0 Reidsville. From that point on, it was all Golden Lions. 4:55 left in the first half. Raekwon Washington had a 5-yard run. Luke Hayek's extra point made it 7-3. With 1:23 left in the half, Raekwon Washington had a 2-yard run. Luke Hayek's kick made it 14-3. In the third quarter, 10:16 left in the third quarter, Antoine Wright, 39-yard pass from George. Hayek's point after made it 21-3. With 8:12 left in the third quarter, Gillette, 10-yard pass from George. Hayek's point after made it 28-3. 3:15 left in the third quarter, Jaquavis Brooks, a 2-yard run. Hayek's point after made it 35-3. 10:19 left in the game, Jaquavis Brooks, 2-yard run. Hayek's point after made it 42-3. And with 10:06 left in the game, Rashawn Petty, on his second carry of the year, had a 9-yard touchdown run. Richard Wright's point after touchdown made it 49-3. Golden Lions victorious, 49-3. That was 14 points in the second quarter, 21 points in the third quarter, and 14 points in the fourth quarter, and absolutely shut down the Reidsville Rams. Early in the game, I would say that probably looking back, the definite turning point, Golden Lions came out a little bit struggling offensively with making some mistakes, gave Reidsville the ball deep in Shelby territory the first 2 times that Shelby had the ball. But instead of, kicking themselves and getting down on themselves, the Golden Lion defense rose up, stuffed Reidsville, forced Reidsville to have a long field goal, about as long as they could kick it. And that turns out to be one of the big turning points right there. I think a second turning point was when it was 3-0, and I think I just looked over at Brent and said, you know what, I'm calling for a turnover right now. And I think about 2 plays after that, we jumped the pass and ran it back to the 5 and had another strange play where we ended up not scoring. But the next play we ran it in from 5 yards, and from that point on, it was all Golden Lions.
Shelby in dominating fashion tonight, and a shocker really to me. I'm not shocked the offense put 49 up. They've been doing that all year. But how about the defense coming up with a big 3 points against a team like Reidsville that's been putting up 35 a game? And that 3 came when we gave them first down at our 21 off a turnover, and we held them to 3 on a play where we backed them up 17 yards.
Absolutely.
From where they started. So just a crazy strong performance by the defense. I believe we came up with 4 turnovers tonight. We had interceptions from linebackers, DBs, block punts.
And at the end of the ball game, group of players that hadn't got a lot of playing time this year stopped Reidsville on 2 plays from inside the 5-yard line to preserve